Hello everyone and welcome back. This is the losers round 4 matchup between Belle and Hooma. We are looking from Belle's perspective. She's in red as the Mori, and she chose Gunma Field for the first map in this matchup. I'm very excited. So let's take a look at the unit setups. Got a nice little Yari Ashigaru front line here from Belle, along with some Katana Samurai and Naginata Monks, and also a Naginata Monk here. Now before you freak out about that glitch, it only affects units that actually have experience on them, and she brought an entirely fresh army, so it's not glitching her army or giving her any extra chevrons or anything like that. Got a Warrior Nun over here too. Very typical from Belle, she loves that unit. Also typical from Belle is a Kisho Ninja way over here on the side, capturing the shrine. We'll see if that makes a bigger effect on the battle later, if she can sneak that around. Looking over Hooma now, he's got two Matchlock Samurai up here in the front, along with a nice little Yari Samurai corps here in the middle, along with some Katanas as well. So very infantry focused, but a nice ranged corps, or a complement at least. 3 Bow Ashigaru, the 2 Matchlocks. A nice amount of cavalry, so a very balanced army here from Hooma on Gunma Field, which is, it's a good map for a balanced army. The trees can kind of make it a little bit difficult for cavalry and bows, but there aren't really a whole lot of hills either, so it's good to just have all kinds of units here in this battle. Interestingly, from Belle, she doesn't have any bow units on the field, which is strange for her, besides, of course, these 2 bow cavalry, which is, of course, a staple of Belle's builds if you watched any of her matches ever before. Light cavalry is hidden off here in the woods, too, and she's starting to get a little bit of encirclement here on Hooma. Maybe she's trying to contain him early, maybe try and keep him bunched up for potentially some Kisho Ninja bombs, or just keep him nice and tight for the Yari Ashigaru wall, and of course the Naginata Monks and the Warrior Nuns too. So I'm not exactly sure what Belle has planned with this army. It's just got a lot of infantry, which is a little bit different for Belle, and a little bit of cavalry. Those bow cavalry, of course, can have potential to do a lot of damage, especially because the only bows that Hooma has are Bow Ashigaru, which are not good for taking out bow cavalry. Also, Katana here in the middle, I should definitely mention that. And you know, the Naginata Monk hero is one of those heroes that's actually one of the weaker heroes. It just doesn't seem to be as strong as the other heroes in my experience. They usually get killed fairly quickly, and even a little weaker to bows, being monks with a little less armor. Not that they're that weak, being heroes. Unit going way around the back for Hooma, I was kind of watching a little bit. I wonder what he plans to do with it. He might just be on ambush patrol, which would probably be wise with it going against a sneaky player like Belle. Yari getting light cavalry here in the middle. Let me just do a little check. So 3 light cavalry and 1 Yari cavalry makes up Belle's cavalry unit, along with, of course, the bow cavalry that I was talking about earlier. We seem to be skirmishing with the Bow Ashigaru, maybe trying to eliminate them as a threat so she can skirmish at her leisure. But with such good micro, I don't know if it's really worth it to take out the Bow Ashigaru, as she can pretty much dodge the arrows pretty well. But ooh, that was almost a good volley. It didn't kill anybody though. It landed right where the bow cavalry was. But again, Bow Ashigaru didn't really have the accuracy or the power in their bows to do a lot of damage. And so they're pretty much fodder units. That again, that volley wasn't too bad, and was able to actually hit the target, but didn't really do any damage. Arrows falling short there. Her micro is so good with these bow cavalry. She's able to come in and take a volley, and then move out. Ooh, this one she was a little late on, didn't move her force enough. Lost 3 so far in that unit, down to 57, 56 that is. It's not doing too bad. This Bow Ashigaru here is 103. Whoa, maybe I should be watching this. A Yari cavalry force came out of the side to get too sidetracked watching one thing, and the Yari cavalry has come out of the woodwork, but it looks like it's going to get stopped. Decent reaction here by the Naginata Monks. Stops that unit from getting in. I don't think this was a very good attack for Hooma here. There's just really nowhere to attack here. The spears are everywhere. I'm not sure what he was going for here. Maybe he was just trying to reroute the Kisho Ninja and got a little too focused and ran into the line. Unfortunately, I wasn't watching it. I wish I was. I don't know if some kind of hole actually opened up here for Belle. Maybe you just thought with all the microing Belle was doing, she wouldn't be watching her main line at all and could sneak in for a sneaky little attack and do some damage, but hardly did any. Naginata Monk is still at 108, Katana Samurai is at 116, Yari Ashigaru there is fine, the Bow Cavalry is still at 59 men, Yari Cavalry coming in again. Light Cavalry, in fact, is at good health. Yari Cavalry is down to half strength, so that could be a factor, as the one really powerful melee cavalry unit is down to half strength. But he might be hoping to... Oh man, more cavalry action. I totally missed it. It's the bow cavalry surprisingly going right in for the attack. Maybe Belle hoping to catch Hooma off guard. And it looks like she has a little bit. Does some decent damage to the the bows here, the missile units here, but not very much, and maybe not worth throwing away a bow cavalry for. Looking back over here at the Yari cavalry, is a half strength for hooma. And it's done some pretty good damage to Belle's cavalry, so Belle is running a little low on cavalry right now, though she does still have 2 light cavalry units. And sometimes with cavalry, it's more about numbers than power. Just the fact that you get a charge off is more important than the actual damage that you do, owing to the morale shock. So, as long as she has some cavalry on the field when this cavalry battle is over, it could definitely swing in her favor. Light cavalry is moving around to flank along with the Yari Ashigaru and just get a nice little spear sandwich to get Hooma's Yari cavalry, but it looks like he's going to pull out in time, down to 41 men. This light cavalry here is at 26, so just some pretty good damage there, and going to walk into the matchlocks, which is not careful. Sort of get mowed down, but only a few of the cavalry here on the edge really took any damage, so not a very effective volley, but it looks like it'll be enough to scare off the cavalry. Both sides being very careful at this point. Very interesting. Does Belle have any bow cavalry left? Yes, she does, here at 42 men. Not in combat. They are very tired, though, so their missile shots will be less effective than if they were fresh, but only killing 2 in that volley. Yari cavalry moving up again for hooma. And Belle's, once again, just kind of encircling her opponent a little bit, trying to maybe just open up hooma as much as he can, or maybe not, maybe actually to make him be less open and get a little compact, where hopefully she can grind out a win. Light cavalry charges headlong into the Yari cavalry. Looks like she's really focused on winning this early cavalry battle and taking out Hooma's cavalry, maybe leaving him less mobile to try and encircle him and grind out that victory, getting those big morale shocks from attacking from behind. Definitely not a bad strategy. I'm not going to miss it this time. The cavalry attack is going into the bow Ashigaru. And that's the Yari cavalry. Not too many men left. It's a little bit of a waste to be going to the missiles at this point, but again, the unit has 17 men in it, and will probably not be very effective throughout the rest of the battle, though it is important to just have those charges. These are not, like I said earlier, if they're going to do a lot of damage, they can give you a nice morale shot. And Hooma's last cavalry unit has been routed, so that means Belle has 2 cavalry units left, since that one just routed. Might just be 1 if she's charging her bow cavalry into melee. Won't be a good idea here with the Yari Samurai here to stop it. Right into the Yari Samurai. And they will just get clobbered by that. Totally fresh units. I think both sides have totally fresh armies. I see 1 chevron over there, but that was probably experience gained through fighting. That's also interesting to see as well. And that means Belle's infantry is moving out now, because it's in a pretty good position to attack right now. There's a lot of men up front, but they're weak missile units, so it could cause a chain rout if she can throw those units off the field quickly, at least do some morale damage. And again, a lot of this army is Yari Samurai. There are 4 of them, which means that with a little more swords here on Belle's side, could grind out a melee win with her infantry, especially since she does still have some cavalry left on the field, though by some I mean 1 unit, but it's a 44 out of 45, so still in good shape. Will be able to do its damage as needed. So here comes the Yari Ashigaru. Not going to do a whole lot of damage. I don't know if she got into the spear wall in time. Looks like they are. They are fighting a little loose. The Yari Samurai should have no problem cleaning that up. Oh yes, the Ashigaru just took out a samurai. Good job. I was kind of watching for something like that. Anyway, the Naginata monk hero is now moving in. Her attack is very layered, staggering out and trying to go. Looks like in 2 waves. Naginata monks coming up on this side. The spears are kind of going first along with the monk hero. She might be trying to lure him in and try and maybe waste some men, morale, and fatigue against that Naginata monk hero. But the katanas are moving in now. 1, 2, 3 of them. 2 are going in on the attack, and 1 is sort of moving around. But here comes the light cavalry charge from the rear. There's no melee units in direct line to stop it. Humo is throwing on his advance rapidly and moving in with his Yari Samurai. But Belle is going to make it out of time, it looks. And with plenty of men, 41 out of 45 in that light cavalry, hardly taking any casualties and getting a nice shot into the bow Ashigaru, down to 61 men, and killed 12 men in the general. That's what I love about light cavalry. They can be real heroes if you get off a big charge. Their charge is just as good as any other cavalry unit, and better than some even, because they do have spears. Another big charge right through a hole in Hooma's line going into the bow Ashigaru. Wow, killed like 40 men in that charge. I love light cavalry for that reason. You've got to get those big charges off, and if you do, they're very effective, and for only 400 koku, very cost effective as well. Very important. General now 15 men. It looks like she's going to leave her light cavalry in melee now that their escape route's kind of been cut off. just try and do as much damage as you can to a general. Unfortunately, they're not very good at stand and fight melee. I think their stats are like 4 attack and 1 defense, so not good at all, but still doing damage. That general's down to 12 men. So if she can get the general off the field, that can be very big. Hooma's lines are a little bit disorganized, but you can see there's a bit more blue than red on the map right now. So the infantry battle could be in his favor if he just holds out long enough. There's a big blob of red here in the middle with that monkey, and there goes hold firm, so with that defensive bonus, that could be enough to switch it in her favor. Belle is mounting up her general as the CRA Samurai is going to wreak havoc on it. So good reaction there by Belle to get that general out of harm's way. Speaking of generals being in harm's way, Hooma's general is down to 6 men. The hold firm is active, war cry as well. And I hear warrior nuns, where are they at? No doubt being linchpin of this attack. I hear them, where are they? Is that them? Nope, that's Naginata monks. Gotta be around here somewhere. Oh well. The general is now going into shock troop attacks. There they are, they're in the rear. You don't often see the generals in this tournament going into the melee like this, as they're more suited to the leadership role in classic battles, but she's going to try it. The mass wavering going on Hooma's line, and Belle with a nice attack here. Very good micro is what she's known for, and manages to take this battle and pick it apart little piece by little piece until she finally comes away with the win. It looks like all these units now are wavering. That last ditch attack by the general, I really like it, as you don't really see that too much in this tournament. Like I said, they're very, very rarely effective. I can't even think of a time where they're really used to shock troop in this tournament. Very rare and very cool. Looks like this is going to be the end. This Katana hero is only down to 4 men fighting a Katana Samurai. We'll watch them out here in the very end. Katana hero going up against the little leader of the Katana Samurai right there. Can he do it? And looks like they just... And yeah, he routed that Katana Samurai, so he did it there. But long way to go if he wants to get back in this battle. The morale still is in the green. So it's very interesting. Yari Samurai. There they go. They've routed to the Naginata monks. It's all that's left is Katana hero. 4 of them. And they are wavering. And there they go. They shattered. So Belle takes game number 1 on her home turf. Maybe thanks to that morale shrine. Who knows? But a very well played battle, I think, by both sides. I'll see you back on the main menu. And there it is. Belle takes game number 1 on her home turf. But look at those numbers. Belle only had about 300 left, had an original force of almost 1,800. And Hooma lost about the same, had a force of 1,800 and lost about the same number of men. So very close battle there. If we look at advantages, both sides, that cavalry battle, it's always interesting to see the cavalry battles because it just feels like anything can happen in a cavalry battle. Sometimes you have heroes, you have units that just come up and do way more damage than they should. I think Hooma's light cavalry, well, I don't want to be confusing, but a small amount of cavalry actually did quite a bit of damage and left Belle with only 1 cavalry unit when the battle started. So she really had to depend on her infantry. And I think she did a good job of microing and popping hold firm at the right moment and just picking apart that defense little by little. That's what she's known for and what she's good at, and she really used it to maximum effect there and pulled out the win. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you in match number 2.